Everyone, welcome back to my animal life. So today is going to be quite an interesting video. My dog's just sprung her a new teddy. This is so cute. I love bunnies, as everyone knows. I had to buy her this. So the dogs are over there playing, so if you can hear that, that's what that is. It's the dogs playing. They like to talk to each other by growling and all sorts. So today's video is, if you guessed by the title, it is introducing piggies together for the first time. So as everyone knows, if you are new to my channel, I had 26 rabbits and sadly they got a deadly disease. So that's the moral of that if you're new to the channel. It was a very upsetting moment, but I'm not going to get into it because it's still very hard to talk about. Now I rescue guinea pigs. I've currently only rescued 3 at the minute, but it is winter. I rescue more in the summer. So that is my story, and I have got a dog. I've got a puppy actually. So that is if you're new to the channel. If you're not new to the channel and you already knew that, it's okay. It's gonna get interesting in just a few seconds. I've got something stuck to my foot. So the dogs are playing. So today we're going to be introducing my piggies, which are rescues. I will never ever buy any animal from a shop again. Maybe from a breeder. If they've got very experienced, and I know that breeder is experienced and they're just doing it for work, whatever, then I will buy from them an animal from a breeder, because I am a breeder myself. I am not breeding these piggies until, well, probably not at all. I will be breeding again, hopefully for a job in the future. Everyone knows I do want to breed Delilah when she's 2 years old with a golden retriever. She's a German pointer. They make gorgeous babies. So I do want to be a breeder in the future, an actual breeder for a job, or open my own rescue. So I rescued these piggies to give them a new start in life and a second chance. I'd really, obviously, my number one thing is rabbits, but I'd never buy rabbits again until the future, because obviously it's still relatively early, and they'll never replace the rabbits I've just lost. And then rabbits I've just lost meant a hell of a lot to me, so I don't want to replace them and ain't like that. So I just thought I'll do rescue just some piggies. I'll always have animals in my life. I've not got piggies to replace the ones I've lost, nothing like that. I'll just always have animals in my life, and if my parent is allowing me to have just a few piggies that I can rescue, I'd rather do it than not do it, because then piggies need a new home. So today we don't know really how it's going to go. I'm just going to bring you along to help anyone that wants to help, anyone that needs help in bonding their piggies with the piggies he already had. This is a video for you. Obviously I don't know how this video is going to go. I have never ever bonded guinea pigs before. In any sort of, no way, like, in no shape or form I've ever bonded guinea pigs together. The only thing I know about guinea pigs is how to look after them, care for them, feed them. I've got long-haired guinea pigs. There is a strong reason why I've got long-haired guinea pigs. I'll say that in a minute. But I don't know how today's going to go. I have bonded rescue rabbits together, and I have bonded just rabbits in general together. But I'm going to do what I'd do with how I'd bond rabbits, in the way I'm going to try and bond these guineas. Just see how it goes. No guinea pig, no animal will be at home. The dogs will be inside, away from the guineas. Obviously, you know, I've got a Rottweiler and a puppy. They will be nowhere near the guineas. So I'm going to tell you how I'm going to bond them just before I start, because I don't think you'll be able to hear me outside due to the windy weather. So I've got this. It is a pop-up pen. You can get them on Amazon for £13, I think the cheapest one is. If not, it's £14, but it is around about there. It's the cheapest one. This one's actually broken. I've got two. I've only brung one though yet, so far. But this one's broken. But the reason why I brung the broken one and not the new one is because it really doesn't matter. Because this one, only thing what's broken is that the zip isn't on no more, which is better for bonding guinea pigs because you want to just jump in if it happens. So you don't want to close them in. You don't out like that. You want to just jump in if it happens straight away. Don't let any cuts, bleeds out like that happen, because guinea pigs are only small, and if anything happens, like another guinea pig breaks skin on another guinea pig, they are so tiny they would just bleed out. And it depends how deep and how much they're bleeding, but if a guinea pig is bleeding constantly for an hour, it takes 2 hours for a guinea pig to die just from bleeding a little drop. So you need to be really, really careful. And before you start anything like that, make sure you cut their nails so there isn't any extra advantage on any of the guineas. Make sure all the nails are snipped and not extra short, because you're just giving that guinea pig an extra advantage if they need to. And obviously some people will be like, oh no, leave the nails long if you're going to introduce them just in case they need to defend themselves. A guinea pig has got loads of ways to defend themselves other than the nails. Always cut the nails, because obviously even if they just step on them and that nail just goes in a little bit, you do not want that little piggy bleeding, especially when they're long-haired and it's hard to see the skin as it is. If you don't notice they're bleeding, they could bleed out and you wouldn't even know. And you don't want out like that. Bruno's just sat there looking at me. So yeah, you don't want out like that, so please, please, please cut their nails. Yeah, just please cut the nails. How I am going to introduce them is open this pen up, cut some veggies up, put the veggies in the middle, see if they'll eat together. If they eat together when you put them in, that is amazing. Absolutely, that's amazing. Because if the guineas didn't feel safe or felt threatened, they would not eat with the opposite piggy that they didn't know, because it wouldn't feel safe to. So always put food in, even if you just put food in to distract them so they wouldn't fight straight away. It's still a obstacle to get to each other kind of thing, even though they could step on it, but still hopefully it'll just distract them and they'll start eating instead of scrapping at each other. So a guinea pig's defence noise, not a lot of people know it. It's kind of like a low back at the throat, like purring. That's basic, and then they wiggle their bum very like that kind of thing, and that's basically dominance. And you need to let your pig do that. You need to let your pigs figure out who's the boss, because if you never let your pigs find out who's the boss, they will always fight, and you don't want that. You need to let, especially if you're going to develop that pack of guinea pigs, you need to slowly introduce one pig at a time to the alphas and just slowly see who's the boss. If you just get 20 guinea pigs who don't know each other, put them in a room and let them do the thing, they're just going to scrap and probs kill each other. And you do not want that. You want to gradually add guinea pigs to your pack, not just get a bundle and just see what happens. You can't do that. It just doesn't work like that. So we'll just have to see how it goes today. So Flapjack's backstory, I don't know a lot about it. I don't know a lot about it except from what I got told when I was there. So Flapjack had a brother. When he was took into the rescue, he got separated from his brother a week into being in the rescue due to the fact that apparently Flapjack was very, very dominant, which obviously is going to be even harder for me to bond. We don't know how it's going to go, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, so he's a very, very dominant piggy. Apparently he actually... Oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so he's a very dominant piggy. He actually attacked his brother, cut him quite a bit. So he is a very dominant piggy, so I'm going to have to watch him. So when I get this pen set up, put food in it, Flapjack will be the first to enter the pen to get his surroundings, you know, kind of figure it all out. He's my newest piggy, so we have to be careful that he doesn't overdo himself. And then I'll slowly add another pig and then the other one until they're all in there. But it'll all be managed. I'll never leave them unoccupied. I'll keep an eye on at full watch. And it will be done outside and it will be done in a neutral environment. And it stopped raining, I wouldn't do it in the rain. And yeah, so that's as much as I know about Flapjack's backstory. I don't know why he was abandoned or whatever, or why he was put into the rescue. But yeah, and a lot of people have asked me where am I rescuing my guinea pigs from, because I think it's 85% of my viewers are actually from the UK. I rescue them from Lancashire Guinea Pig Rescue. It is called Lancashire Guinea Pig Rescue, so if you just search that up it'll come up straight away. But they don't just rescue guinea pigs, they rescue mice, rats, gerbils, rabbits, all sorts. At the main canvas they actually rescue cats, dogs as well. But at the Blackburn one they only rescue guinea pigs and gerbils and mice. They don't even have rabbits at the Blackburn one, but yeah. So that is where I rescue my guinea pigs from, sorry. I have had guinea pigs in the past, just in case people think, why she got guinea pigs if she never had them. I have had them, I have researched it, I know what I'm doing, and I have had guinea pigs before. So the reason why I get long-haired guinea pigs and not short-haired guinea pigs, well, there is an actual strong reason why. So long-haired guinea pigs get abandoned quite a bit, and the reason why is because of the long locks. They need to be brushed every day, and they need to also have not a bath in like we'd have a bath like that, no, but they do need to soak their hair in a bath once a month and just get some guinea pig shampoo. I've actually got some special shampoo especially for each piggy, what I do every month, and that's just basically because if you don't they get matted, and obviously you probably think, well, that's why you brush them. Even if you brush them underneath the main coat, it'll still get matted, like the brush doesn't always hit it all the time. I make sure I brush them thoroughly and I get it all brushed. Another thing that people just don't like long-haired guinea pigs for is that you do need to, I think it's once every 2 months, you need to cut the top of the bum, because if you don't, it'll just mat, and not only will it just mat, it'll mat with poo, and then it'll cause urine infections, it'll cause the bum to be very sore, and it'll sting and it'll throb and it'll just be horrible for that piggy. So you need to be very careful when it comes to stuff like that, and if you are willing to do all them things, and even the cutting at the top of the bone once every 2 months, you need to be very, very careful that you're not catching, especially the males, catching the testicles, because the testicles are actually inside the body, not it depends how old your piggy is. If your piggy is 2 years old, the testicles would have already dropped. So if they've dropped, you'll be fine. You won't be able to cut them right like that. But if they're still up, if they're still just months old, they'll still be up unless they have dropped, and you can clearly see that. You can nick them, and if you nick them, they'll bleed out. And you don't want to nick the bum out like that. So you just need to be very, very careful with what you're doing. Even looking up on YouTube, there's videos on it on how to do it. But yeah, so obviously I've had experience with that, because you have to brush rabbits too, or they'll just met up. What are the doggies doing? Yeah, so we're just going to go and get into it really, because there's not much else to say. I've told you everything. I'm just going to get the piggies out first to see yous outside, and we're just going to see how it goes, and give them a little brush and give them a little nail cut, open the salon. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to let the dogs out first for a little wee, see if they need one, and then they'll come inside and we'll start with the piggies. Thank you. Hi everyone. So just a little update. So like I said I wouldn't be able to video the cleaning out process with it being so windy, and even if I did lean you against something, you'd probably fall, and this is a new phone, I don't want it to smash. So we have Delilah, and this video obviously isn't about Delilah, but I would like to show how well she's doing and how much weight she's put on since I got her, and how tall she is. Because if you're new to this channel, I rescued her. She was very, very, very skinny. There was no meat on her, and now she looks like she what she does now, like you just seen. She currently just got. Is that your? Aye. Can you see her? She just pulled her slough out. This is her other one, but she's just got a. This is it. That's her little slough. And she has got an elephant and a duck as well. But yeah, so what we've done so far, I've cleaned out both hutches. With them being rescues, they've never been outside before. They're doing amazing. They've got, excuse me, they've got plenty of cushioning, plenty of hay. Obviously they will, in the summer when it's all done up, be going into the outhouse that has heating in the winter, but in the summer they will be in the hutches again, because even though it can get really cold in there, it can also get really hot when it's summer. I don't want them overheating and fainting and that, so they'll be in the hutches, which are more ventilated, because they've got that mesh, so it's more ventilated in the summer. The outhouse is well ventilated as well, hence why when it's in the winter it gets freezing. That's why they need heating. What's happening here? So that's why it needs heating. So yeah, that's what will be happening in summer and winter. So I've cleaned them both out. I don't know if it's just my piggies because they've never been outside before, but they do not go up and down the ladder to go to different levels. I think that might be because they've never seen a hutch before or what have you. So the downstairs area is spot clean, like I made it at the beginning of the week. It's not been touched, not been pooed on, what have you. But I have purposely just put them downstairs today whilst I took everything out of the top half. So but yeah, it didn't need cleaning the downstairs area, no poo, no wee. The food, the water dish hadn't been, like, hadn't gone down, so they hadn't even touched it. I have just rechanged the water because it has been sat there for a week. If you're wondering why I keep doing that, it's because Delilah is very dominant over her toys. She's actually getting quite better with it as she's learning. And the dogs have both started grooming each other, which is a sign of love. And they've known each other for 4 months now, which is obviously good. And I think she actually is going to share her toys, which is even better. Yeah. And Xena, who is the most dominant, shares her toys, and she didn't at first. Yeah, you're a good girl, aren't you? Show your face. There you are. There you are. What's that? I just give her a treat now. She's going to be cool. You're not going to eat it? What's that? Good girl. So yeah. So another thing, in my personal opinion, for guinea pigs, I do not use hair. No, sawdust, sorry, or shavings. Do not use sawdust for guinea pigs. If you are going to use something like that, use shavings, not sawdust. Even for rabbits, I wouldn't use sawdust because it's dusty. It's in the name. Really dusty, and especially for guinea pigs, it gets in their eyes. Another thing for guinea pigs, do not use straw, because straw is very thick and very like hard, kind of harder than hair, so it just sticks up, and when they walk by, because they're very kind of low to the ground, it pokes in their eyes, and that's why a lot of guinea pigs get eye problems for people who don't research. It's not your fault, obviously. If you're watching this video, you're here to learn anyway. So yeah, do not use straw for guinea pigs, use hair. Even better, if you want to go the extra mile for your guinea pig, use Timmy for hair. 100% Timmy for hair over anything. I use Timmy for hair personally. Best hair there is. Apparently it's very tasty for the guinea pigs. It's all natural as well. Some hairs aren't natural and they use other replacement products. But Timmy for hair actually has grass in, dried grass. Or ready grass. If you can't find Timmy for hair, use not another type of hair, but also use ready grass to get that extra taste of nutrients in them. Also, if you didn't know this, another fact about guinea pigs, if your guinea pig is not getting enough vitamin C, your guinea pig will start to go weak and could potentially die if they don't have it for a long time. So this is where you need to read the back on the ingredients of your guinea pig's nuggets, and just see if it's already in the nuggets. If it says vitamin C is in the ingredients, don't worry about it, you're already good. But if it does not say vitamin C is included in the nuggets you're feeding them, you either give them oranges every 2 weeks, just a couple of slices of orange a week, and make sure they eat it. Or you can get vitamin C drops that you just put in their water, 2 drops in their water. That's personally what I use, because obviously I had a lot of rabbits before, so I bought, so I've got loads and loads of rabbit food. So I'm using rabbit food that obviously does not have vitamin C in, but it's safe for your guinea pigs, it's okay, but it doesn't have vitamin C in, that's the only problem. So I do both personally. I give them orange every 2 weeks, and if I know that they're going to have orange that week, I do not do the drops. But they do need to have that vitamin C to keep them strong and healthy. So we're just basically waiting now. I think I'm going to have my dinner. It's 12 o'clock if anyone was wondering. So I think I'm going to make my dinner whilst this is drying. Obviously, like I said, I don't use hair or shavings or sawdust for my guinea pigs. So what I do use is blankets, cushions. I'll actually show you exactly what they've got. And like hides and all that, so they're warm and that. I just think it's a better alternative than sawdust and shavings, especially when you've got a puppy and a fully grown Rottweiler. going in and out the garden, they'll bring that shaving sawdust in-house, sorry. It's currently all over the garden. I'm going to have to clean it up because the fire hutch only came yesterday and it hadn't been cleaned out since my bum buns were in it, because obviously I was really upset and distraught, so I didn't want to bother with it yet, so I only cleaned it out just now. So shaving sawdust are all over, so I'm gonna have to clean that up so dogs don't bring it in. But yeah, it's just better anyway. But if you do that and it does become winter and it's freezing and it's going into minuses, if you do not have another alternative like an outhouse, you must bring them inside, especially if they're not long haired, because they will freeze. They won't, but the weird thing about guinea pigs, they won't die from the cold. They will literally get hypothermia and their little feet will drop off. It's really strange. Rabbits just die from cold, but no, guinea pigs actually get hypothermia. They will eventually die, obviously, if they're in the cold for too long and you've not obviously looked into it and brung them in or whatever. But what I'm doing currently, because it is still quite cold but the outhouse isn't ready and I physically can't bring them inside with on and a Rottweiler, I put water bottles on the roof under the covers, and the heat travels down. Some people say it's weird because obviously if you actually think about it, you say heat rises, which, to be honest, I think it too, but it does do it. It does do the job. If you put them on top of the hutch, so not in the hutch, on top of the hutch, the heat does actually travel down into the hutch. I don't know how it works. I've always known the saying that the heat rises, but clearly it doesn't. It also travels down. But yeah, it does actually. So I always put a hot water bottle actually in the bed under the cushions, so the heat actually rises. And I always put some on the top as well, just for extra comfort, and make sure they're warm and they're not going to get too cold. Obviously hot water bottles won't work if it's in the minuses, because they will just freeze, and that's not doing anything for anyone or any of the piggies. So yeah, just be careful in the winter with what you're doing with your piggies. Look after them, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're warm. But yeah, I'll be back to you when this is washed and dried and we can crack on introducing the piggies. Guys, so we are back. Obviously I told you that I cleaned them out. Well, it's all dry, it's all been put in. I'm just going to give you a little tour of what I do, or what I've done. So they always have don't worry, the guinea pigs are not in harm. They're downstairs. She doesn't really understand this, she's only a pup, that's why she's sitting. So they've always got food. Well, I say that they only get 30 grams each a day, and that's just how much they have, which is plenty for a guinea pig. They've got toys there, they've got a hay rack. If they actually learn how to use the ladder, they'd go down here, they'd have a bed, they'd have that hired, they'd have that treat, and they've got a water bottle there, got a water bottle there, and they've got their bed, which has got heating in by a water bottle. And yeah, so I'm going to keep them downstairs because there's no point moving them when I'm going to get them out in a minute. That's a veg box. This is what I feed them. That's a kibble, well, nuggets. This is their hay, and well, there is some shavings there. I know I said I didn't use it, but the reason why I do have some is because I had the rabbits. So what I do, I just put it in the corners where they tend to pee and poo. I haven't done his downstairs yet, just because I forgot to wash more blankets, so I just need to do that and then it'll be sorted. But he possibly won't go downstairs like the other pigs anyway, but I'll still do it anyway. So he's got food bowl, that's his bed, he's got a water bottle. And then I'm going to put veggies in this bowl. It's quite windy, so I've got a heavy bowl there. just to weigh it down. The water bottle won't be in there, it's going to go out. So yeah, so I'm just going to fill that bowl with veggies. So there we go, there's the veggies. They have lettuce. They don't have a lot just because it's only for bonding. They get their own separate veg later. So it's green peas, lettuce and celery. So yeah, they've got 3 different veggies in there. And first we're just going to add flapjack and see how he goes, and we'll add one at once. Here we go. So this is flapjack, and he is massive. If you've not noticed, he is massive. Well, you probably will notice when the other ones are added, but he is quite big. I've never seen a guinea so big. Sorry you can't see me. Oh, there he is into food. He is a... Oh, I keep forgetting. I forgot, but he's basically a giant breed. I will put it on the screen when I remember what it's called. But yeah, so I'll have to look up what the breed is called. But he is a giant breed of guinea pig. The other 2 aren't this big, but apparently they can get this big, which is crazy. I've never had a guinea pig grow to this size. He is 2 years old and he is called Flapjack, and he is very, very funny. He does some very funny things. But yeah, we'll just leave him for 5 minutes, settle in, and we'll get Ronnie probably. So this is normal for guinea pigs to do. They will try and hump each other as well for dominance, which obviously Flapjack is a lot bigger, so we just have to be careful. Get off. But they've had about a minute now together, and it's just all dominance calling. Just have to watch out a little bit. But this is normal, absolutely normal. This is Bruno, by the way, not Ronnie. I thought I'd bring the more powerful one out first. The more like, obviously, the braver one basically. But that, oh, it's going for food, that's good, that's good. Don't worry, he's not biting him, he's just trying to hump him for dominance. It's going really well. But you can see its size difference, can't you? It's crazy. But it's going well. Bruno's actually going off and doing his own weird thing. Ronnie's like, where the hell's my brother? My dog's wondering who the hell are them in there. But yeah, it's going really well. But once these have calmed down and start obviously going the separate ways and maybe start eating, that's when I'll add Ronnie. Oh, he's actually eating. He's actually got food in his mouth. That's amazing how he feels like he can eat. And he's dropped it now. He's like, hey up. So it's going well. I'll come back in just 2 minutes, let him do what they want to do, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. See, this is humping. He's not hurting him. He's just been... I will have to blur that out actually, but yeah, he's just showing his boss, which technically he is older, but they're eating now, which is amazing. They're both eating together. I have added piggy number 2, which is Ronnie. They are all males. I think I've said that quite a bit, but just so you all know, they are all males. Literally been in seconds. I've just popped him in and then I put camera on straight away, so, and he's not actually made a move on Ronnie yet. But Ronnie is the shyest piggy of them both. And he's eating already, Ronnie, which is good. But I think Bruno might protect his brother, which is obviously good. But at the same time, don't want out happening to Flapjack because of him being dominant. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oi, oi. pile up, guinea pig pile up, Jesus. Right, chill out, chill out, chill out. Don't all just gang up on each other. Just be good. Good boys, good boys, good boys. Let's get to know each other. So I think I've said it in the video, they will not be living together straight away. Even if they do get along, they might do after a couple of weeks of this, but not straight away, because obviously they might be acting good out of their home, but as soon as I put them in there and leave them, I don't want it out happening to them. So it'll just be a slow process, baby steps with them, but it will obviously happen, hopefully, one day, even if they just live together when the outhouse is done. It's fine, there's no rush. Flapjack will live on his own in that hutch, and then 2 will be in that hutch. Right, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Let Ronnie meet him, yeah? Let Ronnie see him. They're going to need a good hairbrush after this, jeez. They're looking, I just noticed the camera weren't even on you, so were they? Be careful, go easy. We've got to let that happen. It's just so they obviously know, even the brothers do it. Look at all the hair coming off them, it's mad, they shed like crazy. Especially Flapjack. Oh, shaking. So you could definitely see a massive size difference between them. Obviously, these other 2 could grow to the same size as Flapjack. Apparently Flapjack isn't done growing until he's 4 years old, which is crazy, which means it's going to be even bigger. But overall, any animal just grows to the size of their habitat will allow them, which is obviously really good. And obviously if they've got that good home, they'll get to their full grown size. They're all humping each other in the train, jeez. But yeah, it's going really, really well. I personally didn't think it was going to go well, especially with being told that he wasn't good with his brother. But maybe that was because he was his brother, we just don't know. Like, get off. Maybe it was because of his brother, maybe he just, all he needed was... Hey. That's the brothers that playing around. Maybe all he needed was just a friend that wasn't blood related, we just don't know. Or maybe he's a little bum, and when he's alone with them he might hurt them, but that's why... Oh, look at the dogs playing. But maybe we just won't find that out until they move in together, but obviously I have to keep a close eye on them wherever they are, especially if they're together. But yeah, so it's all going very, very well. So yeah, I am going to stop the video, just generally because there's no point in keep watching. If anything happens, then I'll carry it on, and I'm sure to let you know at the end of this vid. But I doubt anything's gonna go wrong. Get off, come on. But yeah, so just a little recap. The 2 brothers are going in that hutch, and Flapjack's going in there, not in there. He's going in there until the outhouse is done. That is the outhouse, if you didn't know. That is the outhouse. And yeah, so I'll see you all later, and if you like the video, please let me know. Please comment if you want an update or anything like that. Even the brothers are arguing now. And yeah, so if you just want to know anything, just please comment, subscribe, and if you do subscribe, please put the notification bell on so you're notified whenever I drop a new vid. And yeah, please like.